Hello, Jedi Knights and Sith Lords, and welcome to the Star Wars Artifacts show. Tonight, we have a pretty stacked lineup. We're going to talk about everything San Diego Comic Con, which began on July 20th and concluded yesterday, if I'm right. So,
Yep.
July 23rd. So, there was a lot of reveals, a lot of cool Star Wars stuff shown or exposed at the convention. And tonight I'm joined as usual with my two buddies, NicoCrank and Eric Smart. Guys, are you in shape today?
Yeah,
Yes,
feeling
sure.
good for Monday.
Oh,
Is as good as you
yeah.
can be.
Was really tired this morning, but yeah, pretty good now.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, let's kick it off right away with the Lucasfilm Pavilion, which was at the San Diego Comic Con.
Yep.
So there was a lot of cool props used in recent shows. Most importantly, the Ahsoka uh, series coming up. So
Yeah. Well, let's just start with the obvious with the Hollywood strike. So
yeah,
this year at San Diego Comic Con, there was no studio panels like usual, like Marvel's
hmm
comes with Kevin Feige, and they reveal the new movies, and they bring up actors on stage, or Lucasfilm bring up some new talks about new shows or stuff like that, like they do at Celebration.
hmm
But yeah, this year, because of the writers and actors strike, there was nothing. Uh, there was no showcase panels and stuff like that. So it was mainly just about comic books. So that's pretty
I think it
insane
was
for
Jim
a
Lee,
Comic
right? That
Con.
Jim
yeah.
Lee tweeted or something. He goes, "San Diego Comic Con is about the
It's
comics once
about
again."
comics,
Yeah,
yeah, and also all the products like the toys and stuff. So Lucasfilm was still there with, like we saw, we just talk about the props from their shows, and mainly Ahsoka,
could you
All
imagine
right.
though?
because
Like
it's
it's such a sought after ticket. It's difficult to get.
yeah,
It's not like here
really
where you
difficult.
can go to Montreal Comic Con. Like you got to be
That's the
there.
mother of all Comic Cons,
Yeah,
right?
you got to
So
be smash, and
Yeah,
people come from all over, right? You're smashing the refresh to get your
yeah,
tickets and everything like that. The price,
it's
the travel, then you show up and there's no celebs, there's no big panels and everything. It
yeah,
must be devastating.
yeah.
yeah, for
It's
sure.
the biggest Comic Con in the world. The attendees numbers were about 135,000
Wow.
attendees during the whole weekend. So it's basically it's sold out 10 years in advance. So it's
Hmm.
really hard to get tickets to go there. So
It's not bad
Shout out
considering we got
to Steve.
65.
Yeah,
yeah,
just want to give a shout out to Steve from Relevant Studio and House of Naboo.
yeah,
So, Barry Claude, our own graphic designer, super duper graphic designer, who made at the very last minute our thumbnail for tonight's show. So,
yeah.
thank
And
you,
Maggie also
Mary.
was really on point with the reveals during the whole weekend. She was
True.
not tweeting us, but sending us pictures and feeding us on the news coming out of the Comic Con. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for that. So
Right, so you guys want to get started on the stuff
yeah,
that we
let's
saw?
go.
I'll let you guys
That's
deal with it. You were following it a little bit more than I was, so
Yeah.
so
Well,
here
it's
we
a
have a little Ahsoka maquette,
yeah.
which inspired, I'm sure, there's some for some reason the costume designing and stuff like that, and kind of reveals us a look that Rosario Dawson will have during the series.
yeah, you can clearly see it's her, right? Not any animated version or anything like
No,
that.
no,
So
it's
Yeah.
and this showcase reminds me of what we saw and at the celebration uh,
Uh,
Anaheim, where there was the Mandalorian experience. So it was just a room full of props used for Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian series. So people could see props that were used in the making of those shows. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So
We have a
a
video on the channel of the
yeah
Mando
of the
experience
Mando experience.
that Nico got to film when he was in Anaheim, so that was pretty cool.
Look at that! It's a lot cat.
Hey, I love cats. It's so good to see them like, as if it was a real one. I mean,
Yeah,
we saw it
that's
in
pretty.
animation, but
And it's made by Legacy FX, and Legacy FX are the ones that made the Grogu animated puppets
oh yeah, wow, okay.
from the Mandalorian. So we're expecting this lot cat to be fully animated. So it's not
Wow.
going to be a CGI lot cat if they made it like that, and
Yeah,
it's made by Legacy FX. So
because
that's
I think we got a CGI Lotcat in the episode
Mandalorian.
where Ahsoka was introduced in Mando season 2. Yeah,
And
yeah.
no, I think Cara Dune, when Cara Dune was introduced in the bar,
Oh yeah,
there's
true as
a
well.
sleeping lot cat on the floor.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, and it was growling at Grogu when he walked
Yep.
in. Yeah. So Mary says, "I want that Lotcat." Yeah, I think we want it all.
Yeah, who doesn't want a lot cat
Here
as a
come the
pet?
toys.
Yeah.
Well, they're already selling some plushes at Galaxy's Edge, but they don't look as realistic as this one. They look more like the animated version. So
But it depends
that
on how
one,
much it's used in the show and how charming it is, how much of a
yeah,
personality it is. If they
Yeah.
do that, which I would assume it is, following the formula that they've been using in the past, here comes the toys of this, right? So it's the I guess your Grogu, your Lola, or whatever. You know that's what the next big thing is going to be for the holidays, I guess. So.
yeah, a great
Probably,
companion
yeah.
piece. All right, here we have Morok's spinning lightsaber. Morok is the Inquisitor we saw in the preview.
Snake
Second?
Eyes.
Second
I think
trailer,
it's
yeah,
the second trailer, yeah.
yeah, the one, yeah, Eric, you're right. The one that looks a little bit like Snake Eyes.
Mhm.
The one we don't know if it's the one who barely escaped in the Rebel series season 3 finale. Everybody thought he died, but he just fell like 200 feet. So you don't die from falling 200 feet in Star Wars universe.
Nope. Even if
So
you're cut in half, you don't die. You just find a
yeah,
way.
that's it.
Yep.
So yeah, that's supposed to be him or not. I guess we'll find out
Gonna find out. Yeah.
pretty soon.
So here's the Ahsoka's T6 Jedi shuttle ship that we saw at the end of Star Wars Rebels, and we are
Mhm.
gonna see in real life in live action for this show. So this is probably the studio size, studio scale maquette that they use to film it, or
Sorry,
just maybe it's
case.
just a reference, the 3D reference for the
The
show.
CGI guys, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We can
Pretty
even
cool.
see Ahsoka in the cockpit
Oh yeah.
on that picture. Yeah.
Nice shots, though. Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
nice,
there's a lot
yeah.
of detail on this. I can't imagine that it's just like some model, right? Like it's got to be.
Yeah, it's
served
not
for
a
purpose.
toy. It's really
Yeah.
the reference
Is
that
that
they
a
use
gunner in the back, like this up here, like
on top. Yeah,
Well,
probably, maybe.
Could be, yeah.
Oh, now it's
Right.
Dom's favorite parts.
Yeah.
The
Lightsabers.
lightsabers.
So this is Shin Ati's lightsaber. So she's one of the two, and I want to say Sith because they're not qualified as Sith, but dark side Force user.
Or are
So
they?
yeah,
Maybe not dark side users. We don't
or
know.
maybe not. Yeah. Well, she doesn't seem friendly in the trailers. So
Yeah, but
well, it's always from a certain point of view, right?
yep.
So I
that's the
think
girl,
it looks
the
pretty
younger girl that I
cool.
always think of whenever I see her. It reminds me of that. What's that girl that's popular now? She even played in Oppenheimer, and she played in Black Widow.
Florence
Florence Pugh.
Pugh?
Yes. When I see her, for some reason, that's the first thing I think of. Like every time I see her. So, yeah, she's gonna
I
be
think
pretty
she
fun.
looks like Sia. I don't know why.
Sia.
Yeah, the singer.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen her face, I think.
Sia's white.
Yeah, yeah, she's white.
I
Yeah.
just see big hair in her face usually, right? So it's
Yeah.
like
So I like the emitter. Pretty cool.
Looks a bit like Kanan Jarrus's emitter.
True.
The big disc.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
And then we have more lightsaber.
Balin's Skull.
Yeah. So that one, I think it looks epic. I'm sure. I'm sure it's in the works at Galaxy's Edge. You're gonna release those lightsabers in the near future. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe to see like a limited edition box set with this one and Shin Hati's, maybe a dual pack, and that would be pretty good marketing wise, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it looks pretty nice. I like the grip. I like the emitter. Kind of like everything about that lightsaber. It looks. It doesn't look from the eras we're used to see the way the lightsaber looks.
No, it
Like,
looks ancient.
Yeah.
yeah, it almost looked like the High Republic stuff. So
Yep. We have a small theory about where they come from. They might be coming from the world between worlds, and they may be time travelers or lost in time, and they
Yeah.
find that's why they're not like Sith, like we know them. So maybe it's just like they come from far away, back in time.
They
That's
Okay.
why
definitely look
they're
less elegant than the other ones we've seen, right? That
Yeah.
we're so used to seeing recently. So
Yep.
So look at the emitter with the two. Well, I guess there was one in the front and one in the back too, but the little spikes at the very tip of the
The
emitter.
top, yeah.
Yeah, I like the detailing of that
yeah,
of that saber.
and the weathering, everything's really cool.
Yeah. So that one, Nico and I were talking about because there was some pictures featuring Ezra's lightsaber on Sabine's hip, and we even saw her ignite it in the trailer at some point.
Mhm.
But the emitter has changed. So from the tip neck to the bottom, that's 100% Ezra's lightsaber. But the emitter, Eric, you noticed it right from the get go when you saw it. It kind of looked like uh, Cal Kestis's emitter.
Yeah, it's a U shape split.
Yeah.
There's no good shot of it.
No,
Unfortunately,
there's no good shot
on
of
the
it.
side,
Yeah.
no.
There's no side view, but it's as Nico said, a
Looks like the
U-shaped
U.
emitter. Yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe it got broken and she had to fix it, or she simply customized it to her own preference. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find
She
out.
got to level 2. She found a box
Oh,
in a cave, and it
crate,
gave her that emitter, and she went to the workbench and she just put it on,
Just
like the
kinda-
game.
This part kind of looks like, is it Luke or
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back
Yeah.
activation
the
switch
mashup? That's what
from
it is.
Luke's. Yeah.
so it's gonna be pretty interesting to see if they're going to get a backstory or not about that. So
About that emitter, yeah.
yeah,
The
There it is.
official.
yeah.
A lot
Sabine's
less
Sabine's
colorful,
beautiful-
right? And what we've seen in the theme of her and Rebels and like
In
this-
Rebels,
yeah,
yeah.
like a
Yeah,
lot
well,
more
more
conservative.
grown up, I guess. She was like a teenager, I guess, in that series.
Yeah, she was
Around
rebelling and stuff like that.
17, yeah. So she must be now in her late 20s or late 30s.
Mhm.
So yeah, featuring more mature look, but I like it. And one thing that I like, it doesn't have the Bo-Katan shape. The top of the helmet is not the same, so it's not gonna we're not gonna get a repaint from Hasbro, or maybe
Oh man, we're gonna get
yeah.
a repaint from Hasbro.
Yeah, so
They
they're gonna
don't care
pretend
about
that
the
it looks
shape.
like that. Okay.
They don't care about the shape of the helmet, man.
So maybe I've been kind of out of it but what's the timeline for, because like there's a lot of questions because we saw Sabine go through like 2 different looks. Now we understand what happened, with the different haircuts, but like I'm still confused as to when exactly this is going on. Has that been confirmed or
It's supposed
I
to be
think it's-
during the Mandoverse.
Mandoverse. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 6 to 10 years after
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
so I'm trying to bridge the gap between I guess Rebels, which would have been
Yeah.
few
Rebels
years
is
before.
Pre episode 4, pre A New Hope. So
Yes,
Yeah.
but that was a little bit before. Like it wasn't like right up, like not like a Rogue One leading right up to it, right? So
No, it's kind of a couple of months, maybe a couple of years,
so if we're
1 year or 2.
talking 8 years after, there's what 8 year gap between New Hope and Return of the Jedi.
No, it's about 3.
3? Oh, okay.
yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
3 or
Okay.
4 years. Yeah.
So then you got the Mandoverse if it's in this same current.
Yeah,
I guess.
so it's about 7 to 8 years.
Okay. I guess it makes
or
sense.
10, maybe it's 10 years later, but the after, or the not prologue, but the epilogue of the Rebels series, when we see Ahsoka returning to get Sabine to go find
Searching for Ezra.
yeah. That's this timeline. So the show finished before episode 4, but the epilogue is after
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. So what we saw of like why is Ahsoka's coming back to find Sabine and bring her to search for Ezra, that's now in the timeline of the Mandoverse.
Filoni did essentially said this is basically the next season, right? Like it's real life.
Rebels season 5, yeah.
Yep.
Another shot.
So
here.
yeah, well, and look who did the helmet, Eric.
Yeah, I know. She's for anyone who doesn't know, Sean, and I'm not even sure how you pronounce that last name.
I was gonna ask you, how do you pronounce her last name?
I don't know if it's like Shropchick or I'm not even sure, but I hope I didn't slaughter that. But she's the one.
Call her Shauna.
She came in.
I would say Turpich or Turpich.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But she came in. So there was someone else that did the costume design, from what I understand, for season 1 of Mandalorian. And she came in through season 2, and she's been there since then. Season 2, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Mandalorian season 3. Like she's been, in terms of live action, she's been there the whole time. So
yeah, we saw her in the gallery documentaries.
Yeah,
I saw a pretty cool picture of her because she was there. She was not there on official business because of the strike.
Yeah,
but I saw a neat picture of her.
Props maker,
she was part of a panel. She was part of a panel, I think.
They are not parts of the Actors Guild, so they can be there.
Yeah,
they can
you're
promote
right.
stuff.
Yeah, she was on the panel. You're right.
They support the actors, but they're not. They can still, I think, work, or I'm not sure how exactly. But if ever we get to chat with her, so I guess we've been trying to reach out. It's one of the people that we've been trying to reach out to and had some communication, but would make it even more interesting, and she could clarify that if she ever comes on for an interview. But,
on the show, yeah.
Really
but the picture I was referring to was there was a cosplayer dressed in the Jabba or the Mandalorian, and he had a problem with some of his
like a shin pad or
ammunition
something.
strap, around his boot.
Yeah,
and she got on her knees on the floor and she fixed it for him. So I was like, wow, okay.
Cool.
and I was wondering, does he even realize who's fixing his costume? Maybe he's just thinking it's a good Samaritan helping him out.
She told him after, though, right? Like,
oh, okay. I hope she did.
At first, I don't think he knew, but then she followed up, update, like on the thing, and she goes, "By the way, I told him who I was after." So could you imagine the guy is like, imagine in his head, he's like,
nice.
He's like, what the hell do you know, right? But like after that, I was like, oh, by the way, I'm Shauna. I have the costume. Like, oh, okay, sorry.
That's insane.
Yeah. And those are the beautiful lightsabers,
yeah. Very much the same as looking inspired, right? Like it's katana.
The Daisho.
Daisho
setup.
They look really nice.
Yep.
Assuming there's 2 shots of this.
What do we have next? Oh,
it's Chop Chop.
That's not Stefan's Bollier's chopper, but
it's got a more live action.
Stefan is the Rebel. Stefan is Rebel's version. That's live action.
It's I don't know. Anyway, I kind of like the animated one a little bit better, but like it is what it is, right? So they had to sleek it up. I mean, if we're gonna nitpick, I mean, you can nitpick about it. Rosario Dawson, you can nitpick, and people already have about the casting and all that stuff. But I guess it's only normal. He's got a more of a thinner, sleeker look. I just don't find he looks it's not clunky. It's not. I don't know. I always imagine being almost not a garbage pail, but like like rattling. He looks almost too proper, but
it said bops up and down and
yeah.
on, side to side, because when I was at the Star Wars Celebration Anaheim,
Mm-hmm.
they brought him
On
on
stage.
stage, and
Wow.
Okay.
his head was going like womp 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 womp.
Okay,
So
that's
that
good.
was
Okay,
pretty cool.
that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
He's doing the same thing as in the show.
Blah,
Okay.
blah, blah.
It does look good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good, man. And it's built. It's designed by Josh Roth of Property Master and built by Jeff Jingle. I think he's one of the astromech builders of the droid groups.
Oh, really? Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
I think
okay.
Stefan knows the guy.
Here is Ahsoka's
So
official
yeah,
costume.
and it looks like it's the same as I saw during the Mando experience.
It's very
Yeah,
like
yeah, it must be pretty close because it
It
looks like the
looks
one
so
we
good.
saw in the Boba Fett, not Boba
But
Fett,
you
but
have
Mando series.
better pictures, I think, closer pictures.
Yeah.
but I don't know if you have the foot, but you got the split toe, like you
Oh,
have
yeah,
that
Boba
very
Fett has
kind
a.
of like, I don't know if it's
Samurai,
Japanese. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. It's really nice.
or
Sean, I get
ninja
it.
more, or whatever. She's really it's really martial arts,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
maybe not martial arts.
Kurosawa
Yeah,
inspired.
looks good.
Yeah.
The mantras have been improved a bit, I think, right?
Hard to
Because they
say.
definitely look a little bit longer than
Longer,
the
yeah.
one we saw in Mando season 2. I would need to compare them with the one we saw in the Book of Boba Fett. But
That was one criticism I remember when they first showed her, but like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I
because in
remember
Rebels,
somebody
the
in
last time we
particular.
saw her, they were big,
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah,
high,
yeah.
and they going very low. So
Yeah, in the Rebel series, yeah.
yeah.
So
But
that's the mural that was at the Star Wars Celebration London a few
yeah.
months ago, and they brought it back for the San Diego Comic Con. So that was pretty cool. Great looking mural.
And it's a painting made by Sabine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna check something here by doing this real quick. But we were looking, and here you go. So it feels like they're much longer. The whole kind of
Yeah.
like, if this is supposed to be like a representation of what we see on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It looks way more like in
What you would
Rebels
expect,
animation.
continuity, right?
Yeah.
Like with the
Mm-hmm. I think that the Mando version of the mantra was like, you know, because of technology. They couldn't do it at that time, but I'm sure they invested a little bit more through the years, and they were able to make something more fitting. I was told as well that for the stunts, it was complicated to do, to perform with the long mantras, but uh, it's all unconfirmed. But
Maybe
yeah,
they just wanted to make them look more normal. Maybe longer would look
well,
sillier
they've
in
been
live
listening to the
action.
fans from what I can gather. Like
Yeah.
whenever there's
It's
something
the
like
same thing
that.
as the Grand Inquisitor with his head, the way it fits. Why they didn't do it like it
Yeah.
was in Rebels and stuff like that? It's sometimes it's just they try something else.
Hey, if Kylo Ren's scar can move, then
Yeah,
you know.
everything else, everything else can.
All right, this is I think Nick's forte,
Yeah, so
right? So
yeah,
so during those convention, Hasbro usually have a big presence there. So they are there with Star Wars, with Ghostbusters, with GI Joe. Each day there's a big panel revealing new stuff. So for Star Wars, we were waiting for it, the new ASLab project
you want
from
me
the
to go on the
vintage
HasLab
collection.
page or this one?
Well, you could have just yeah, sure, let's go. So they revealed the ghost. We talked about it last time. What we were expecting to see as the next ASLA project.
yeah,
So for the vintage collection, they went with the ghost, and it's a hunk of junk, if we can say. It's
yeah.
big. It's 86 centimeter wide and 71 centimeter long. So for the people who doesn't have space to get this, you're gonna struggle to fit it, to fit it in your collection. It's $499 US dollars with $100 of shipping. It goes in Canadian up to $920.
Jeez.
So it's a big chunk of money. They're all
Mhm.
almost already backed up. So at 8,000 units sold or pre-sold, it's gonna go into production. And after that, each there's tiers to achieve. There's 4 tiers or 3 tiers. Yeah, 3 tiers to
Yes,
unlock.
right there, yeah.
And then it's gonna add some more figurines during the thing. It's huge. It's awesome. It's highly detailed, but it's huge. Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
there's a
so
width right
28
there.
inch, 34 by and 13. So man, that thing is beautiful, but it's super big.
The problem is like so when you have I guess like like if you have a ship
A
that's like
normal room.
upwards, right? Well, yeah, no room, but like
Yeah,
if you have a
yeah,
ship that's like upwards, like it's different, right? Because you'll take up uh
let's yeah,
less
it's
space, but
wider than
so
Yeah.
long.
wide, and you
Yeah,
gotta display it, so it's
it doesn't
difficult,
fit
right?
on most of the display cases you can
No,
buy.
exactly.
Yeah,
If you have a
because
detolf and you want to put it on top of a detolf next to a wall, you can't. So you need to move your detolf to
The
the center of your room.
Yeah, the
That
only
way
other
it could fit.
solution for these kind of like displays sometimes is your like coffee table kind of look,
Yeah,
like so
you can put it
that's
under a coffee table
yeah, so you have a
or
glass kind of coffee table, and I
yeah,
know a friend that had his Batman collection was all in that with the tumbler and everything in 1/6 scale, so it was
nice.
huge. But when you sat down, his whole coffee table was one big thing, and I guess that's one way to do it.
But
We're
those are
joking around.
toys and
Yeah,
it's fully you can remove the panels, everything is done inside.
yeah, you want to have
You can
access
fit
to.
you
yeah,
can fit your figures in there. It's all to scale
it's like
or almost
Nico's
to
Razor
scale.
Crest. I mean, he found the
Yeah.
perfect way to expose it. It's accessible, but it's longer than it
Then
is
wide.
wide.
Yes.
So it's more convenient to expose it on a
Yeah.
regular
Also, it came
furniture.
with a nice base that was putting it in like in motion, so it's
Yeah, as
Well, I
if it was
mean,
climbing up,
the other
or
the
taking
other
off.
option, I guess, is also like the Millennium Falcon Ultimate Collectors series, like the Lego. They have it sideways. They have a stand, and people usually
Yeah,
display it sideways. You can maybe use the same kind of concept for this, so it's still accessible taking it, and but
I'm sure that when it is released, some people were good with acrylic
well,
or
3D prints and all that stuff. They'll
3D
find a
prints.
way,
They're
right?
right
gonna make
Yeah, I
cool
don't doubt
stands
that.
for it.
for
I'm
sure,
sure.
but it's so big. So it comes with Hera Syndulla in a Star Wars Rebels backdrop or cardboard, and it's to replicate the famous mural that we just saw in the Ahsoka showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with the Phantom 2 also. It's not an unlockable, so we were kind of thinking about this could be one of the unlockables, but no, it comes straight out of the box with the Phantom 2 because the
Nico and I
Phantom
were
1
talking yesterday that maybe a potential unlock could have been the
could
Phantom One, so
yeah,
you could have been able to switch between those two, but yeah,
yeah.
it's not the case.
The unlocked tiers here.
So at 11,000 backers, you're gonna unlock Ezra and with the lot cat at 14,000 backers it's Kanan Jarrus, so it's the whole Rebels crew. But the thing is they sell and it's not even the whole crew because Sabine doesn't come with this set.
Uh,
Or
So
and Chopper
Chopper.
is not
and
there. Well,
Chopper also
Yeah.
Well, Chopper,
well,
like I
there's like a
said,
Chopper head that
yeah,
we saw
there's a small
yesterday.
chopper on the Phantom 2, but he's not. You cannot remove it from there. But yeah, so it's well, not half the crew, but most of the crew with the special card backs for Star Wars Rebels, but it doesn't come with Sabine and Chopper. So maybe it's gonna be sold later on with as an exclusive from a retailer or something like that.
Hmm.
But it's kind of sad that you cannot out of the box get all the crew with the special mural
So
design on.
here's a key line here, and it's open for interpretation. But unlock all three figures to start building your mural card back collection, not to
Yeah,
complete, right? So
not
that
to
could
complete it.
be,
Yeah,
Hmm.
exclusive. But the thing is, like,
but
I don't.
usually when uh, go
For me, like, I feel like they're not even at 8,000 yet, which I'm sure they're gonna attain. 17,000 seems like a stretch. The only reason I'm saying that
well,
is because this is not a Razor Crest, right? This is not as popular of a show.
no,
Maybe once Ahsoka
for
comes
sure.
out, people can go back and look,
Yeah.
but like they're gonna be kind of strapped for time
Well,
because the show comes out next month. And you're gonna have
yeah,
to
it should be the show should be done when
when the
when the campaign ends. I
really.
think.
Well,
Well,
well, we're
it's
on
in
with July
30 days.
24th. Yeah, so 30
It'll be
days.
close.
Well,
Hopefully, it'll gain some momentum and they can like push the marketing
yeah,
on it. But
right.
like, I
But
feel like 17,000 is a bit of a stretch. You're
yeah,
more than double what's here. So like the big
but
rush is out, right?
So
what's
we'll be able to
weird?
see the first three episodes.
Yeah, well, the first three episodes, yeah, for sure. But what's weird? It's all about the ghosts from Rebels. But when you see the video showcasing the project, they put the Ahsoka logo. Look at the top. Uh, go at the top. It's Ahsoka,
Oh yeah,
Star Wars Ahsoka Aslab, the ghost. But it comes with the Rebels kind of figures, and they showed a brand new Sabine with a lot cat. I think
but
from the vintage collection, but it's the one from the Ahsoka show. It's not the one that looks like the characters from the TV series, like the Rebels TV series.
but one thing we don't know, and this is always I find the case with the series that come out, like they're very I guess misleading almost in a good way, but like the thing is like it's called Ahsoka. The other one was called Book of Boba Fett. This, Obi-Wan, we didn't know there was gonna be centered really with like almost the whole relationship between him and Leia and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
we don't know what the balance of Ahsoka versus, Sabine. I feel like Sabine's gonna have a huge presence in this. Are we gonna see more
Yeah, I
like,
think she will.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen, so like that it's where that balance is of Ahsoka. Is she going to be not a supporting actress? I'm sure she's not going to be. But like if we're almost at 50-50 and we start seeing a lot more of what like the continuity of Rebels, then that's where this can pick up. I feel like there's a lot
Mhm.
invested in the Rebels series that like so that I feel like that's where it's coming in at. I guess we'll find out, but I find that like all the series so far, like I said, Book of Boba Fett was basically Mando 2.5, right? Like it was
Yep.
half the series was almost dedicated. He had a whole episode and all that stuff, and the way it ended. So I guess that's what remains to be seen. But I feel like with all the toys, all the stuff that's being developed, they're preparing for something big. We know it's not another season of Rebels, so it has to be this, right? So
Yeah. It's just funny that so yeah, that's the Sabine with Lotcat that they showed us for the vintage collection, but it comes in an Ahsoka box, and it's not even with the card back Rebels card back with the mural. It's another figure, and it's from the Ahsoka show. So that's the brand new Ahsoka that we already had in
Hmm.
another
Different packaging.
in a different packaging
Hmm.
from the vintage collection. So that's
Paz Vizsla.
Paz, yes, Paz
the dark
Vizsla,
saber.
yeah, with the dark saber. Raven, first time I think in the vintage collection.
I
So
think it
the
is.
vintage collection for people who doesn't know, it's the 3.75-inch collection. It's not quite as big as the 6-inch Black Series collection. So it's the smaller one. It's more like what was made in the
Yeah, because
70s.
Riven
Yeah,
was
back in
done
the
like
80s.
a little while ago in the Gaming Greats
Yeah, we already had two
box.
version
Yeah.
of Revan.
Yeah, there was the dark Riven, and then there was a like a Jedi
Mhm.
Riven
Yep,
produced.
yep.
So here we
So
have Tron.
Tron
But
has been also revealed.
decent detail for
Yeah, they
the
look good
scale.
for small scale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they look really good. So these are fun boxes. It's a starter pack box that comes with 4 figures. Sometimes it's more. there was a Stormtrooper version, a Shore Trooper version. I think there was a Death Trooper version,
Yeah, I
and
remember
now
him.
there's the officer version. That's pretty cool. So you can army build by buying a box full of figurines.
I
So
think there were some clones version as well, like the
and
501st and
yeah,
the
maybe the 501st. Yeah, yeah. So people who knows what this figure is will be happy to see it. It's Chewbacca in his Life Day ceremonial cloak
garment. Yeah,
or garment, yeah, that we saw in the
Christmas
Star
special.
Wars Holiday Special, yeah,
yeah,
in
holiday special. Yeah, you're
1978.
right.
Did
Yeah.
it make the rest of his family though?
No, but people are hoping that
Yeah.
we're gonna see what's his name and the grandpa and the kids and the
Yeah,
mom.
yeah. Maybe it'll come back to me at some
Yeah.
point.
So they also so Black Series now we're jumping to the big collection, the
Hmm.
collector edition, if we say so. Black Series, they revealed a brand new Ahsoka lightsaber with the brand new design. It's more squared than what we saw with
Galaxy's Edge
the
first
Galaxy's
version.
Edge
Yeah.
version, yeah. And but the thing is, it comes with just one, and it's the bigger one of
Yeah,
two.
but they did the same for the Clone Wars version
The
as
Clone
well. They
Wars
only had
version,
the
yeah.
big one. Yeah, I wonder
They
why.
don't sell it as a set like the Legacy from Disney.
So
Well,
you know
I can
everyone's gonna
imagine
buy
why
this.
because
Yeah.
if they're selling this one $400, I guess
Yeah,
they would have to ask like for what
800,
650
650,
at
650,
least.
800,
Yeah.
yeah, at least. But they're cool. They're cool lightsabers. Lots of functions and stuff like that. So they re-released that for the third time in 2 years, the same Ahsoka figures, and without her soft cloth cloak. So
Okay.
that's pretty sad. The thing is, it comes with the new Ahsoka show box
Oh, okay.
with the colors of the box. We have a brand new era figures from the show, and people were quick to notice that she doesn't have any tie joints. So it looks like they're gonna cheap out on the articulation. Black Series were known for their 18 or 14 or 18 points of articulations, and if we don't have any tie joints, so we cannot rotate the legs one
Just
side or the
limits.
other,
Yeah,
it's
limits your
gonna
Could
limit
could we
posability.
see
Yeah.
it
position.
on the Ahsoka action figure? The
Ahsoka,
I know she
she
has
has it.
like long. Yeah, her
Yeah, she
clothes
has.
are hiding.
Yeah, but you can
Maybe
see she's
the
twisted.
seven
She's turned,
afterwards.
right? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not
She has
a
a
waist.
midriff
Yeah.
waist joint. She does. She also has it, but for the legs, just just below the panty line, if we can
Yeah.
say. Usually, there's a cut there, and you can spin the whole legs right, left, or right. So
Okay,
it's
perhaps we'll
missing
see
there.
it there.
Maybe they just started
It's
to
harder
But you
to
remove
can
see.
that.
see
Yeah.
this is turned, right? Like the leg.
Yeah,
It's not like just. Maybe they got something developed something new.
yeah.
He doesn't have it.
So
R2.
R2 doesn't have it, but R2 they said it was a brand new mold, but we don't see anything different from it. Let's hope the size is a bit bigger, because the problem with the Black Series is that the astromech were too short, too small
Okay.
compared to their real version.
Okay. The
So they
scaling
said,
is not
yeah,
on
the
point.
scaling
Okay.
was a bit off. So they
Okay.
said it was gonna be a brand new mold. So let's hope
Hmm.
the size is gonna be bigger. And yeah, they did another holiday series, so Christmas series of figurines. So Ewoks.
It's just Ewok.
Yeah, it's just Ewok.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot more, like a Mando
But this Christmas
with the
sweater is not
ugly,
Babu
yeah,
Frick.
ugly Christmas sweater with the Babu Frick. This version is pretty nice. This
Yeah, the
one
Nutcracker
looks
kind of.
awesome. The
Yeah.
Nutcracker, yeah,
Yeah.
looks awesome. It's a Purge Trooper
With
with
an
the
embassy droid.
yeah,
So
with
it's
the
just
mouse
crown
droid,
green.
the
Yeah.
Jawa. Yeah, this time around they look really good. Maybe
Yeah,
not the Ewok. The
I
white
find them more
Ewok is kind of
creative.
crazy.
They're less like
Yeah,
what you would expect. Yeah,
the
this one
first
looks
version were
amazing.
yeah.
This is my favorite so far.
So
Like of everything
these
that they released.
might be a good buy
Purchase.
compared to
Yeah.
the first versions. They were creepy a bit. Oh, so cute. Look at that.
K2 droid
Yeah,
with the
they're really
baby
going
droid.
creative, but it's a way to reuse
Their
the same
molds.
mold
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
before.
of course.
So they did the same with the Black Series. We have Paz Vizsla
Nice.
or pre Vizsla, pas
Yeah.
Paz, pre.
No,
Yeah,
Paz
Paz
is
is the heavy mendo.
the heavy metal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is the fourth box, the retro collection box
Mm-hmm.
with more figurines.
So
The
who's there?
first
We got the Gamorrean Guard, Akbar,
Akbar,
Yak Face.
Yakface,
Is it
Mamma,
Wicked?
Wicket, and the Royal Guard.
Okay, pretty cool. Good
Yep.
lineup.
Been trying to stay away from like I have like almost all the retros. I even collected the and I kind of regret it, the Mando and Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan.
Those are kind of weird.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
understand why you have a retro Mando because the show is brand new.
Yeah,
so.
I know. It's like I went off with the retro collection, but I should have just stuck with the original three. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like even there's the box set that's on Hasbro Pulse now that I'm tempted to get, but I don't know. I'd have to sell the other ones first. I just find the other ones don't fit in there. So
Mm-hmm.
And there's the fleet. What's
Mission
the name of
Fleet.
it?
The
Mission Fleet. Yeah.
micro.
No, it's no Star Wars Mission Fleet.
Okay,
They,
Mission
they
Fleet.
must be popular. I mean, I see them at
Yeah.
Toys R Us and Walmart all the time, and then I don't see them. So they are selling. Someone's buying these. I'm not sure if it's more as much of a collector piece.
Well,
but
if
it's,
you want to buy toys for your kids, those are
Yeah.
the things you buy.
Those are
You don't
perfect.
buy
Yeah,
a
and you get,
$50.
yeah, you get the Bad Batch all together. All that. I've seen the kits. Right, they look really cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They're pretty nice and they're perfect for kids because you don't want to buy a $50 Black Series figurine for your for your kids.
well, yeah, I
Sure.
should've- yeah. Well, tell Jackson that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
What are these though?
Usually, those are droidables.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Droidables, but I mean, I don't really
Droidables, yeah. So it's just cutesy
like a Funko
version
Pop
of droids.
kind of.
Yeah,
like,
kind of Funko Pop. Like they probably come in a square box, just like the Funkos.
Maybe they're testing the waters with it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they look good. They look cute.
I wonder if that's paint or
So-
lit up. Like
I
this,
think it's paint.
these look lit though.
Yeah.
This
Well,
this
Yeah.
all looks like it's lit. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's just one light, and the center
Maybe.
kind of like. Yeah, this looks like a
So
button
that's
on
pretty
top.
much
Could be wrong.
That's pretty much the Hasbro showcase, what they showed us. I think there was some pipeline reveals, but it was just showed at the panel itself. So I don't know if it was like people, it was like common knowledge or shared knowledge. So they were just showed over there. Probably Hasbro's gonna do its fan stream and tell us about everything that will come
Now
later
back,
on.
Back
Yeah,
to
so-
Dom.
Yeah, because our good friends of Diamond Select Toys / Gentle Giant Limited, they revealed at the Star Wars Celebration the two L3D busts on the right, so the Emperor and the Gamorrean Guard. They also revealed the Jango Fett bust. That one is in the way back. It's already shown on the Gentle Giant website, as well as the Darth Vader from the Kenobi series. But for the very first time, I saw the Salacious B. Crumb half-scale bust, which I think looks amazing.
With the Jabba's throne kind of thing at the bottom here.
Yeah, that's it. The Rancor head with the ring at the bottom. So it looks absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see the first official images. I have no idea when it's going to be released, but look at the Gentle Giant Limited website. They announce new stuff almost on a weekly basis. If worst case 2 weeks. But yeah, the Emperor looks also amazing
Hmm.
with the base like looking a little bit like the his throne, the spinning portion of the throne. So looks pretty awesome. The base for the Vader bust is lightsaber. The Jango Fett base is the Tipoca City from the on Camino. So they all look terrific, and I can't wait to review them
Yeah, the guard
for you
looks
guys.
crazy though. I think I can't wait to see the texture and everything on him, what he's gonna look like. So
Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be pretty epic. So that was a pretty cool news. There was a lot of other statues that were featured on the Diamond Select booth. I couldn't get all the images, but yeah, it was worth to see. How they look. There was a Plo Koon statue, but I saw there was a Luke episode 4 when he's trading with the probe with his
yeah,
lightsaber
I saw
and
that.
the
Yeah,
Falcon.
yeah. Oh, it
Yeah,
looks really
there's
nice.
a yeah, there's two different heads. There's like his face and the other one with the helmet and the shield guard and I don't know if the faceplate in front. So that was pretty cool. What else? There's the upcoming Mando on his speeder bike with Grogu in the little pouch behind him. It's gonna look pretty epic. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff from the Diamond Select Gentle Giant
There's
boot.
also,
So
we didn't put it here, but Hot Toys has been on fire also throughout this weekend.
yeah.
I mean, the Anakin Skywalker, we posted it on the Facebook page. Their full reveal of it with the
Mm.
real hair, the rooted hair, which is uh that's always hit or miss when they release the 6KO. Like I
Mhm.
think back of Chewbacca when the first version that they came out with the New Hope. If you gave it a little bit of love and like the little comb that they gave you, you can make him look really good. If you left him stock as is, I thought it looked terrible. But there was really a lot. If you put the work in on the face part and everything, you could really have a nice Chewy going. And I'm wondering what the hair is going to look like after the travel, humidity, all this stuff. Once you get it,
Mhm.
it's all gonna. I think it's gonna fall into the hands of the customer and how he wants it to look and the work he's willing to put and the eye, the artistic eye. Sometimes like some people are like, oh, it looks great, and you're just like, eesh. Like I've seen like Jokers is a good example, which and again they've just released they're going to be releasing a new Joker, but um it's some people are just happy with it out of the box.
Mhm.
I'm curious to know that Anakin looks incredible though. Wow, I'm super excited about seeing that, but I'm out of that 6 scale. Too expensive. I can't even imagine what Anakin's going to cost with the rooted hair too. I mean, Canadian's probably going to come out to 500-600 bucks anyway. So
Yeah.
Yep.
That picture comes from the EFX booth. They announced their own version of the Bo-Katan helmet. I don't have the picture, but if you go on their website, you'll be able to see it. And those are like I don't want to say they're more affordable, but maybe more accessible to the general public stuff. So um,
Yeah, because
they
the Bo-Katan helmet is
I'm like,
$799.
EFX more affordable. Tell
You
my Scout Trooper helmet that because that's
yeah. Well, yeah, the elements
no,
are out of
he
reach.
meant
Yeah,
the dice and the
yeah.
pins and
yeah. That's it.
If you're looking for
So
something
the
under two
dies
hundred
have been
dollars, there you
released
go.
for a while now. The pin, the Grand Inquisitor pin. Well, it's already in my collection. Nico brought it to me back from the Celebration Anaheim last year. There's the Mythosaur necklace that we saw in The Mandalorian. And at the bottom, we have really shiny Imperial credits. A lot shinier than the ones sold at Galaxy's Edge. So the three-piece box I was told was going to be released at some point in September, and the one at the very end is all golden, like a golden ring or golden watch. It's very shiny, uh, and it was a convention exclusive. So I really tried to get my hands on it, I knew somebody who was there, but I have no answers yet as far as if he was able to get it. But I will definitely try to get in touch with EFX to see if they would be interested in me reviewing those items because I think they look pretty cool and they look like to be made good quality metal and finish. So
It's
maybe
it's weird because I mean
I'll,
I have I mean inspired by you, but I mean I ended up purchasing those credits.
mhm,
I don't know if it'd be enough for me to
Yeah,
to
to
go
get
on.
those.
to
Yeah, like
That,
justify the
because you
spending.
get
yeah,
Well,
at 3 times the price.
yeah, I don't know. I just I mean it's a nice display. I guess if you're not into Galaxy's Edge or you don't shop there or whatever and you're more of an EFX person. I mean the dice I ended up getting the ones that they gave out as a promo for when the movie came out because I thought they were weathered. I thought they look really cool and those are the ones I have
mhm.
hanging in my car. Um but like I'm not I don't know. I
The
guess
ones I have
it's
were the ones sold at Galaxy's Edge for my part. So
okay.
because they were like 15 or $20,
Okay.
so
No,
they
I
were
got the
pretty
ones from the
affordable.
promo because I thought that they were weathered. I mean, they're in my car, obviously, but like I thought that they looked a little bit more like the ones used because it's like I mean they're a lot shinier in the earlier movies, and I think even I'm trying to remember in the Last Jedi when they're handed off there, but like I don't know.
And the Grand Inquisitor pin, if my memory is right, maybe Nico you can confirm, but it was around 45 US dollars,
Yeah,
right?
around $50.
Yeah. So and it's all limited edition. So there's a little certificate of authenticity that comes with it, and everything. So
This is
well,
obviously more of a display piece. I mean, when I think of Galaxy's Edge, you could take them out, put them in your
Camtono.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. I feel it's not a toy, but I find it's a little bit more of like interactive than those
Yeah,
boxes
I'm
nowadays
not
do.
sure I'd put those ones in the Camtono or
yeah.
maybe for a joke for a
Well,
few
that's
Scuff
it.
moments,
them.
but
Yeah,
You don't want to scuff them. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, definitely. So
Well, that's about it. I think we had on the San Diego Comic
Well,
Con. I don't have anything else
yeah.
that we had lined up. So
Well, there was
it was
I
Lenovo who released
oh,
a few elements, and the one that kind of caught my attention was the Rebel pilot helmet that came blank, all white except for the yellow visor, and it comes with some decals, so you can customize the helmet as if it was your own. There are the Rebel logo, they have the Phoenix Squadron logo, and they have all sorts of fun decals that you can add on to that. So uh,
oh
some
yeah, nice.
we know somebody who, pretty close to us who is wishing for that same blank Rebel Plant helmet in the Black Series, so we
Yep.
could customize it, and so
Well, if the whatever the name is, the Denuo Novo
yeah,
done it, I think Hasbro is gonna see that and say, oh, let's do this,
yeah,
because if they sell this with 3 sets of stickers, well,
hmm
people are gonna buy three of them, and they're gonna put each stickers on it. So
yeah,
the more they do, the more they're gonna sell, and they
true,
don't need to pay for application of paints and stuff like that. So it
hmm
could be a great money maker for them, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Hasbro taking on the venture of the blank helmets.
so yeah, there are the helmets. Some of them are like have been out for a while.
Well, all
Uh,
of them.
yeah, then I was just
Still
looking while
waiting
we were
for my
talking.
helmets. Since 2017, so
yeah,
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
yeah. I'm not. I mean, not that they still have to prove themselves, but I mean, I would be very cautious with this company.
Yeah, well, that's the new one.
Yeah. Well.
Me, what it was from Anovos, they deliver. They are delivering the back stock from Anovos. They are delivering new stuff that they have in stock. So this company is way more
Reliable.
accountable or reliable
Yeah.
than
Okay.
Anovos was. But still, if they don't put the stuff you had in pre-order in production, they won't make it for you. So I'm still waiting for them to do a run of the the Last Jedi First Order Stormtrooper helmet, so they can send it to me. And it's not in the near future. They are making new stuff, so
Wasn't
we're
it
gonna see.
on the wall we just saw the Jedi first
Yeah,
one?
well, they have it there, but I mean, do they sell it or they just have the props and they put
Ah,
it on?
okay, yeah,
Because they had the same wall at Celebration, and I talked about to the guy, and he says we are not selling it now, so we're not
okay,
doing pre-orders.
yeah.
So
A
and
lot of stuff,
there,
but
yeah, there was also a new Disney Legacy bundle set that was I think part of a giveaway during the San Diego Comic Con, and this will make Dom a bit frustrated because it's a brand new set of Ahsoka lightsabers, and
Yeah, and
it
they look way better than the one that was
they
first released
yeah
in 2019.
they utilize the brand new Yoda blade that are smaller in diameter, so they can
Yeah,
make
so the hilt
the
is pretty
yeah
thinner. Yeah, not
yeah
as
so
bulky as
it's
it used to be.
rectangle. It looks the same as we saw earlier during the stream. So
So at our last stream, I think Eric was wondering if I was going to need some Spyras, right?
yep, that's another
So
one.
did you see it coming, Eric?
yeah. Well,
I
But
was like at 6 Spyras before that reveal, so make it 8 Spyras, if not 9. So
with
yeah,
the old artifact Star Wars artifact logo, kind of.
yeah, that's
yeah,
homage.
Yeah.
so
So yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look. Well, by the time we get there, I'm sure there's gonna be like a dozen reviews online. So I'll be able to make a good decision. Do I keep the old ones? The thing is, I can say that my collection is complete as of today. So do I stick to that way of thinking, or do I
It's all
begin
about
selling
it's
some
all about
stuff? Yeah,
discipline, right? Like it's like
yeah, it's discipline. Yeah,
trading these
so
but
and
being a completionist versus being
but it's not a
collecting what
legacy
you really like.
lightsaber. It's a bundle, so it doesn't come in the plastic boxes, so it's
In
not
the
the
gray
same.
box, yeah. Are they gonna make? No, they're never gonna make it in the box
No,
because of the blade size.
no.
Or maybe they're gonna start selling those
Yeah, if
blades.
they start if it trickles down and they starts remaking every other lightsabers to fit the new blade, they could tin every they could make Luke Skywalker's hilt
Yeah.
smaller. They could make everything else smaller to fit to look more accurate. So maybe
Hmm.
maybe that's what they're gonna do, and they're gonna remake it the
They're
whole
gonna make
collection.
them all. Yeah, the whole collection. Well, that's a
So
different story.
good luck. Good luck about that, man.
Well, I preferred. Yeah, I definitely preferred the look of the new ones. I mean, Yoda was one of the best, biggest lightsaber I ever reviewed.
Mhm.
So because it was so accurate. So if it allows them to, I think I would sell the old ones. If it becomes
But
like a
who's gonna
thing,
buy the old ones? That's the problem.
well,
If you
am
have
I
a
gonna make
better,
some huge profit for sure? Yeah, yeah.
if you sell
The
it at a loss,
collectors,
but
you're
yeah.
gonna sell at a loss, yeah, because you're gonna have to liquidate them.
mhm,
Because who's gonna buy a whole version of the big fat lightsabers
yeah,
when you can buy the brand new ones that looks way more accurate? So
mhm,
that's gonna be a hard one to sell, or the whole collection is gonna be hard to sell. But I mean,
yeah.
that's your problem. But no, but I
Thanks for
mean,
the
it's
compassion, Nico.
yeah, well, it's a collector's problem. I mean, at a point,
Yeah,
you need to stop collecting, or you need to be satisfied with
picky.
what you
Yeah.
have.
It's like the
Hmm.
same. The guy
See,
always
you
said
have the
like
first collection. That's something. You don't
yeah.
sell
Yeah,
the first. It's like do you sell the collection you bought in 1970s, 78, 79, 80s? No,
No,
because that's the
no,
first one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you keep that. So you should keep that. And if
Hmm.
you really need one of the brand new ones, if they make them,
Well,
just
it's the same thing. We were talking about Hot
Just
Toys
pick the one
before.
I buy. You
yeah,
know. So.
They've
you,
re-released every Hot Toy and improved
yeah,
them.
they re-released every
The
Black
DX,
Series.
yeah, the DX07 was the original Bespin Luke Skywalker. They've re-released it, and
Yep,
improvements, stuff like that. It just absolutely never ends, right? But like
it
at one
never
point,
ends.
like you said, you gotta, do I refresh something I already have, or do I wait for something new to be added, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
um, and even then, the best way to do it, I've noticed, is when you're collecting stuff. Um, People are always selling them. So let that wave go out, and then someone's going to start selling their collection. If you can get it when someone else is selling it at a loss, then start thinking, okay, well, at this price, it might be worth it. But to jump on the
Yeah.
first retail with your shipping and taxes, wait till someone's trying to get rid of his, and it always happens in any collecting. Someone eventually
Yeah.
does the great purge, and if you can be part of it, then that's the best way to do it, right? But it's
Yep.
patience, always patience. So
Because I don't see them, making all the ones that have been released. I mean, I don't see them making like Plo Koon's lightsaber. I think they have a
No,
hard time selling Plo Koon's lightsaber.
but
So
they're gonna make the big
I need the
ones
most
like
iconic
yeah,
ones. So maybe
yeah,
Vader, Luke, the Graflex.
but they have to
or
keep doing it, right?
Some of the
Count
most
Estes.
iconic. Yeah,
Yeah, they have to keep
yeah,
doing it, because the
fantastic. Yeah,
thing is, like, with every generation comes a new generation of customers and people that have now gotten jobs who can afford their own stuff. And the thing is, when you
hmm
end up having only old stuff that you don't refresh, then you get into the scalpers, or you want to go get older lightsabers. There's only one version. They got to keep it coming out, and that's how they kind of neutralize the scalpers in a way. And like, cause like even if the
Hmm.
Hot Toys, a lot of people complain, or even the Black Series, the original ones. Remember, was it the X-wing pilot Luke Skywalker?
Luke.
Or like, it was impossible to get. People just wanted the figure. They didn't care about the packaging, but it was impossible to get. It was super expensive.
hmm
Anakin, all this stuff, and now they just re-released him, and they just neutralized this whole scalping business that's going on. And I personally have no problem with that. If you're a
Well,
box collector, then great. But if
yeah.
if 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 you want to have the figures, and like, some people actually play with them. My kids play with them, and if I wanted to get some figures, it was absurd.
Yeah,
yeah,
like I
So
think Anakin from the blue line of the Black Series was like $80 at one point, but they
Phew.
re-released it in the archive line,
yeah,
so that made the original one. But still, it kept a bit of value because if you're an in-box collector, you want that blue
yeah, the
collection.
originals, yeah,
So
yeah,
the original blue, or it was the orange, then the blue, then the red. But I mean, you want it in the original packaging. And yes, you can buy the archive at $35 and just open it, and that's nice
if you
when
want
they
to
do
play with
some
it, yeah,
stuff like
that's
well,
it.
that. Yeah.
most of the time, the few that I have, I've opened, so I have like
So like
Tarkin, I
I
have a
said to
Scout
Dom,
Trooper, and
if you want to, he has the Ahsoka Legacy limited edition box set. So if you want to keep those, they're the same as the one he's already got out of the box, the first gen. So you sell the first gen, and then you keep the one that comes with this the sweet box, and you buy the brand new one, the more accurate one,
Yeah,
and
and then I
that's the
break
way.
even. Yeah,
Yeah, and you still have your collection.
yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. That I assume. Yeah. So, but yeah,
That's the way
I
to
was
go.
while you guys were talking, I was looking at my Star Cruiser lightsaber. That's another one that I could make again. That's for sure.
No,
Well,
that's the
I said
one.
that's for sure,
That's
but
a
the thing is
special
for
one.
sure was, yeah, that
Yeah,
was like a very exclusive one. But
but
so
that's the one you got from when the Star Cruiser was open.
yeah,
Even though if they remake it and they sell it on Batu, this comes from the ship.
yeah,
This
the
wasn't
actual
space, man.
tip. Yeah, yeah,
This one was in space.
yeah,
So that's why this one is way more valuable than any
yeah,
re-release that we're gonna make.
yeah, and way more special for sure,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
all right,
So
All right,
guys,
guys. So I guess this sums it up. Yeah. So if you're a collector, the word of the day is pick
discipline,
what you
no
want
more
to
money.
collect.
patience.
Yeah, patience.
Pick,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
patience.
patience. Yeah, unless you have a YouTube channel like me and you want to review items, when they're
Yeah,
being
but
released.
don't ruin yourself to do that,
But
man.
yeah, that's it. So if you want to help me, guys, leave us some super chats and some super thanks. This is
Yeah,
gonna
that could help.
be go a long way in helping me out buying new stuff and reviewing them for you guys. Uh, I was at the when we were at the Montreal Comic Con, there was a few people that came to me and said, "Well, I really like how you take the time to look at all the details and all the little in-universe stuff that you add to your reviews. That normal people just they destroy the box, they open it, they say, boom, the lightsaber turns on, it turns off. There's a flash, and that's it. Our review is done." So some people like the quick ones, but some people like the longer version. So yeah, that's why I specialize in. I take my time. I review every single details, and Nico helps me a lot writing the scripts. So that's pretty helpful. Sometimes when you're into it, you forget some stuff and you get
Yeah,
it inside your
even
head. And
after we finish, the thing is all recorded, and I'm editing the video, and we say, we should have said that, or we should
yeah,
have added that. It's hard to put everything the first time on one
yeah.
video. So.
A good example is today. I recorded my Scout Trooper helmet review, and at no point I mentioned that it's being released because of the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi. I just say it was seen in the Return of the Jedi, but no mention of the
Yeah,
40th
it's the
anniversary.
40th anniversary
But
celebration.
there's a silver lining because I was wearing my 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi sweater. So
That makes let's make it let's make it up for it.
yeah, it's making amends. All right, guys. So thank you, everyone who stuck to the end of the show. Uh, we don't know when we will have another show. We go with the flow during the summer when there's like releases, announcements, stuff like that. But things will definitely pick up once we get closer and closer to the Ahsoka series at the end of August. So hopefully we'll get to see an episode or two in advance, and we'll be able to be very ready for the release of the show. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.